Morning, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I'm just going to let y'all go around with me on some of my morning things that I do every morning. I get up and go wash my face and brush my teeth and straighten my hair, make my bed, and then I come into the front part of the house and get busy doing first one thing and another. Normally, if I'm about out of tea, which everybody that comes wants tea, I make some fresh tea. So the buzzer's going off right now, the timer, because it's time for me to strain the tea up. So I'm going to turn the camera around, finish making it, and just tell y'all what I do when I make my tea. Okay, I've got my pitcher, my gallon pitcher ready, and I put 1.5 cups of sugar in it. That's a lot of sugar, but that's what I do. And then I have little muslin bags that I ordered from Amazon. And I put 2 tablespoons of loose tea in it. And I order my tea from Harney, H-A-R-N-E-Y, Harney and Sons, and I use the orange pekoe. Black tea. And then I just let that dry, empty them out, and use it again. Then you want to use your hot steeped tea over your sugar to start with, because it melts it all really well. So when I get that all melted, if we're fixing to drink it immediately, I put ice in it for part of the extra water, because that way it doesn't melt all your ice when you pour your tea over. But this is for this afternoon, so I'm just going to fill it with my tap water. And I did get a water softener put on my well, so now I don't have to put my water through a Brita filter, because the water softener takes all of the calcium out of the water, and I'm so thankful to have that. So I'm just going to take it over to the tap and fill it on up to 1 gallon with cold water, and then I'll have tea ready when my folks come. Now we're going to make sushi after a while, and I'm going to video it's grandkids, and y'all will see that video coming up. So that's going to be a fun evening for me. It's always fun when somebody comes to help fill the emptiness up here. I'm by my tea like a lot of people are by their coffee. So I always have tea made. So I've got my tea, and I'll just leave it sitting there for now. Then I rinse all my stuff up. Now I used to use foil to put on the top to let it steep. I steep it for 7 minutes. But I found these silicone lids, and I've already showed y'all one time, but man, they just seal it right off to steep, and I don't have to fill the landfill up with foil, which I use the foil over and over, but I still would rather use this. So I'll just dry it off, put it back up in the cabinet, and have it for next time. The next thing I'm going to do, I always have Boston ferns on my front porch, and I got these gorgeous ones last year at Kroger, and we had that one bad section of winter, but I only had to bring them in the house one time. Otherwise, they've been on the porch all winter. Thank goodness. And they're still pretty, but they need some oomph to them. Well, I was reading about Boston ferns, and a lot of people said that they put a tablespoon of Epsom salt in 1 gallon of water, and once a week they water their ferns with it, and then just keep them watered well and mist them when you can. So today I'm going to mix up some of the Epsom salt water, and we'll go out on the front porch and water the ferns. Now another person said they do like a 5-gallon tub thing and just soak them down in it. Well, that's probably what I'll do in the future, but I don't want to go hunt one right now. It looks like it's fixing to rain, and it's mucky and humid outside, so I'm just going to water them on the front porch for now, and later we'll dunk them once a week. So let me get my Epsom salt. I've just got a milk jug that I rinsed out, and I'm going to put me a tablespoon of Epsom salt in it. I had some with lavender, and I don't know if lavender would make them happy or not, so I'm just going to use just regular Epsom salt. You know how it gets lumpy when it sets a while. Troy used this in the garden. I wished I had written down everything that he did, and I would know. Use my hands for a funnel here. I got most of it in there. I might add just some of it. That ain't much, but they say it works wonders. I think Troy might have put this on his tomatoes. I don't remember. I should have written stuff down, but I didn't. So now I have to just try to remember. Got some boys coming over Friday to help me put together those 30-inch tall raised beds and try to get them going in the backyard. So I'm real anxious for that. That's going to be easier and a whole lot of fun because I don't have to bend over or sit on a little low stool. Those 12-inch ones are nice. I'm going to put tomatoes in some of them because they're going to get up tall enough I can just reach and harvest. But I watch a guy online, and some of y'all may watch him, Self-Sufficient Me. He's from Australia. And he has the tall beds. And my goodness, it sure looks easy. Okay, let me try to make sure my salt's all melted. Okay, now I got to reposition this and take y'all out on the front porch, and we'll water some of the ferns, and then I'll have to come back and make me another gallon of stuff, but y'all can go with me out to the front porch. Okay, so here we go. Got to get my keys to unlock the deadbolt because I lock me in at night. Go through the den here. Let me get the door unlocked. My sign on the wall says, "Always pray to have eyes to see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith in God." Okay, this is down my front porch. There's my swing. Ferns hanging. It's getting green and pretty. All the trees are budding out here. And then I have all these ferns that we're fixing to water. So let me see what would be the best place to put the camera while I get my watering done. Right here. I can get all three of these right here. Let me get my water. Yesterday it was about 80 degrees. I think it's in the 60s this morning. It's cold. And I'll try to put a little bit and let it soak in instead of running through. I watered them real good yesterday, hoping that when I did the Epsom salt water today, it wouldn't run on through, but it would soak in. Okay, I'll get the ones on this side. This one still looks really pretty to have wintered over. And it's dripping through. I figured it would, but that's okay. It's cold out here, so I'm fixing to go back inside and we'll find something else to do in the house. Okay, I've got a Boston fern over here. And then I've got some of those that, I don't know what the name of these are. This one's got some yellow leaves on him. I hope this gives him a shot in the arm. Y'all, it's cold out here. This is the north side of the house. The front porch faces south, and it's just cold. It's very cold for this Texas girl. Well, the water's running out. I hope it got enough that it'll do some good. I've got a little fire pit right here that I could light, but I'm not going to be out here long enough for that to happen. So right now, we'll go back inside where it's a little bit warmer. Y'all know I used to have my cast iron, enameled cast iron pots in this cabinet right here. And I wanted a rack for them, but I couldn't afford the one that was designated for them. Well, this rack is from Lodge. And it came across my Facebook. And I don't remember the price. I think it was a little over $100. But it holds all of those pots handy where I can just walk down there and get one. And besides that, it displays them very pretty. Okay, I told y'all I would show you. This is the room that was my sewing room. And where the picture on the wall is where the words were, "I'm a material girl, want to see my fabrics." That's where that was. I got the little nightstand at Home Goods for $99. I didn't spend much money in this room. The little iron bedstead was a couple of $100 from Wayfair on sale. The bench at the end of the bed my husband built. I got a little bit of Easter stuff in here. The rug came from Home Goods. I mean, no it didn't. I ordered it from rugs.com. So if you look around, you can find stuff that you can decorate with that won't cost a fortune. The plants were from Troy's funeral. So I have to leave lights on or open the blinds. See, I've got an ivy in the corner over there. And the green, this was April's room. When we built the house, this room was pink. And then she wanted it to be peach. And so we painted it peach. Well, then we painted it hunter green, and I loved it. Well, then when I did a sewing room, I painted it white where it would be bright, where I could see. And so I went back with the hunter green because I love it. So this is a chair I bought from a friend a few weeks ago to have a chair to sit in here. So this is just it brings me joy. This is my room. I got rid of my big king size bedroom set. I gave it to my grandson. And I got a little iron bedstead from Wayfair for in here. and I didn't have a chair that matched, so I put a white throw on that one, and it's working fine for now. The cedar chest was mine that Mom and Dad bought me when I was 16 years old. I guess it's an antique by now. The Afghan that's on the bed, when Mom was in hospice and she was in an assisted living home in Cleveland, the lady that owned the home, her name was Mia, and her mother would crochet each one that came an Afghan on their birthday. And so this is the one that her mom crocheted for my mama, and I think about them every time that I look at it and put it on the bed in the mornings. This is some more flowers from the funeral. I just enjoy them. I have a saying on the wall that says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." And that's from 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. I love scripture sayings on the wall. Now, I don't have any curtains up yet. I've got some lace stuff that I'm going to put up on the wall, but I haven't got it up yet. But anyhow, I'm just giving y'all a little mini tour hither and thither. Now, I'm going to open the door and show you the sewing room. It definitely is not like it's going to end up being, because I don't have all my shelves in there yet. But this was the screened-in porch that had all the junk on it, and so I just closed it in. The roof is slanted. It's not as tall as I would have had it, but this is my sewing room. I've got one more mini blind to put up, so I've got my window covered with brown paper. Although my backyard's fenced, I feel vulnerable when it's open. So yeah, it's a mess in here, but this is and all of these totes will be on shelves, but this is my work area. I know this has been a little bit different, and it's really not cooking. It's not doing much of anything but just talking to y'all and showing you a little bit around the house. But they've been working here since August, working me in when they could, because he's just been very kind and good to me. So it's been ongoing, and I think all of the, major things are finished now. So I should be able to get back to normal without worrying about somebody here while I'm trying to video. And besides that, I'm feeling better. I know it's been 2 weeks, but they've been finishing up. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. You got a little deal of me working with my plants, and a little deal of me making tea, and a little deal of me playing the piano and seeing the patio a little bit. One day when I have my water fountain full and going, I'll go out there and let y'all listen to the waterfall with me. But the Lord's been good to me. I've been very blessed with wonderful help, and I'm very thankful. So I'm fixing to get stuff prepped. We've got to get ready to make sushi tonight, and I will film that, so y'all will have a video coming up of the kids making sushi, if they'll let me film them. If not, I'll make some sushi rolls and show you how we do it. Sometimes they don't want, well, they never want on camera. I don't know why, but they don't, and I don't force them. So we'll see what they say tonight. Anyhow, the good Lord bless and keep y'all. Again, folks, better get you a little few things ahead. We're in terrible times. Don't know what's going to happen this election year. Don't know what to expect. But I expect you better listen to some sound advice and get you a few things ahead. Every time I go to the store, which isn't often because I'm pretty well stocked up, everything's higher than it was the last time I was there. So if you can spare some of your money to buy a few extra staples that you're going to have, go ahead and get them, because it's going to be, next time you buy them, they're going to cost a whole lot more if they're on the shelf. We don't know what's going on. We'll just wait, pray for the Lord's will in our election, that everything will be done fairly and according to our Constitution. That needs to be in your prayer. God, help the United States. Help our government to be what it should be, and our elections to be what they should be. The Bible says that the Lord sets kings up and He takes them down. So I'm just trusting Him that whoever's best for the job, that He'll take care of it and take care of us. So get you a little bit of extra groceries ahead. Don't get lax and think, well, she's crazy. She's been saying that all this time and nothing's happened. Prices are going up. I've told y'all. There may be a natural disaster, but if nothing else, prices are going to continue to increase and your wages are not. So be wise, stock your shelves a little bit, and be prepared for whatever might come. We're fixing to enter hurricane season here, and man, I dread it. We always pray we don't get a hurricane, but you never know. So, again, I've got what I need. If something happens, I can hunker down for the duration. So y'all need to do the same. The good Lord bless you, and I'll be back with a sushi video for too long.